Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Confidence Code. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we're talking about something that almost everyone deals with at some point, self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Now, if you've ever felt like you're not good enough, that you don't deserve your achievements, or that somehow people will find out you're a fraud, you're definitely not alone. Imposter syndrome can show up in any area of life, whether it's in your career, school, or even your personal relationships. So today we're going to dig into what it is, why it happens, and most importantly, how we can overcome it. Let's start with a little bit of real talk. Self-doubt is normal. It's something we all experience. But when that doubt starts to creep in and tell us that we're not capable or that we don't belong, that's when it becomes a problem. And imposter syndrome? It's like self-doubt on steroids. You might feel like everyone around you has it all figured out, and you're just pretending. I want to share a personal story with you all. A few years ago, I got a big promotion at work. It was one of those moments I had been working toward for years, and yet when I finally got it, I couldn't enjoy it. Instead of feeling proud, I kept thinking, do I really deserve this? What if they made a mistake? What if I mess up? I was convinced that sooner or later, someone was going to tap me on the shoulder and say, "We're sorry, we got this wrong." That's the thing about imposter syndrome. It doesn't go away with success. In fact, sometimes the more successful you are, the louder those voices get. But here's the truth. You are not a fraud. Your achievements are real, and you deserve to be where you are. So how do we overcome these feelings of self-doubt? Well, let's talk about some strategies that have helped me and others. First, acknowledge the feeling. It sounds simple, but sometimes just recognizing that you're experiencing imposter syndrome is the first step to beating it. When you realize that your feelings of inadequacy are just that, feelings, not facts, it becomes easier to manage them. Second, focus on facts, not feelings. When that voice in your head starts telling you you're not good enough, challenge it with facts. Look at your achievements. Think about the hard work and effort you've put in. Those are facts, and they don't change just because you're having a bad day. Another great tool is to keep a success journal. I know it might sound a little cheesy, but trust me on this. Write down your accomplishments, no matter how small. Whether it's getting through a tough day at work, nailing a presentation, or even just showing up when you didn't feel like it. When you have those moments of doubt, go back to that journal and remind yourself of everything you've achieved. Next, talk to someone you trust. Imposter syndrome thrives in isolation. We often think we're the only ones feeling this way, but that's far from the truth. Chances are the people around you, your friends, coworkers, even your mentors, have felt it too. Share your feelings with someone and you'll likely find that they've been there too. Sometimes just hearing, "I've been through that as well," can be incredibly reassuring. Another tip is to reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as proof that you're not good enough, try looking at it as an opportunity to grow. Everyone fails. It's part of the process. The important thing is what you do after you fail. Use it as a learning experience and a stepping stone to improve. And finally, be kind to yourself. We're often our own harshest critics. Think about the way you speak to yourself. Would you talk to a friend that way? If the answer is no, it's time to change that inner dialogue. Practice self-compassion and remind yourself that it's okay to not be perfect. Nobody is. Overcoming imposter syndrome and self-doubt isn't about never feeling those things again. It's about recognizing them for what they are, temporary thoughts and feelings, and not letting them control your actions. You are where you are because you've earned it. You deserve your success. All right, that's all for today's episode of The Confidence Code. I hope this conversation has given you some helpful tools to push back against self-doubt and embrace your true potential. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And hey, if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, reach out. I'd love to hear your story and how you're working through it.